Today I want to take you on a journey that elevates hardcore World of Warcraft to its pinnacle, where we are only one health point away from death. 1 HP challenge is a very popular one among the other games. It tests your skills and reflexes to its limits, although World of Warcraft don't have any inherent dodge mechanic in the game, and WoW, we have to rely on our own game knowledge to strategically plan out every step, as every decision carries the weight of life and death. The stage is set, the adventure awaits. Let us rise to the challenge and conquer the impossible. I chose Priest for this challenge, attracted by the idea of a constant flow of absorption shields that soak up all damage. It seemed very promising, and I spent a lot of time theory crafting. For this class, race choice is a significant factor. After careful consideration, I settled on a Troll due to the benefits it offers. Trolls provide faster casting through Berserk, along with a 5% damage increase against beasts, which can be invaluable in the long run. Additionally, Trolls have access to specific priest spells, such as Hex of Weakness, which reduces healing and damage dealt by the target. This could prove highly effective against powerful enemies. Finally, at level 20, Trolls gain access to Shadow Orbs, which deal damage every time we're hit. Since we'll be utilizing shields to absorb damage anyway, this spell perfectly complements our playstyle by increasing our damage output passively. Overall, everything seems to be meticulously planned out, although, picture this, I'm strolling along thinking I'm all set to conquer level 6 with my trusty priest, but oh boy, was I so wrong. I'm dodging, weaving and praying harder than the priest I'm playing with. We're about as capable of kiting as a penguin on a skateboard. Every time a mob gets too close, I'm booking it like I'm late for a date with destiny. And let me tell you, I've had more oh no not again moments than a sitcom character on repeat. Can't wait for level 6, when we finally get our hands on that sweet absorb spell. It'd be like wrapping ourselves in a cozy security blanket. I had to grind quite a lot to get some extra XP to eventually get to level 4, where we get our first upgrade. Shadow Word Pain turned out to be a great kiting tool. Even though it doesn't deal that much damage, monsters tend to slow down when taken below 20% health, and this was exactly the tool I needed to finish off my targets. Even Sarkoth died pretty easily with such tactics. But then came the quest to kill the vile familiars, and as far as my memory goes, it did ring a bell that those bad boys are casters. I've seen others handle this, no spells flying through the air, easy peasy. With my chest puffed out and my swagger on full display, I strutted up to my first vile familiar, ready to show it who's the boss. But as soon as I started to dance around like a demented ballerina, expecting it to chase me, he decided that instead of running after me, he will just casually lob a fireball in my direction. I stood there like a deer in the headlights, staring that fiery death right in the face. And you know what? By some stroke of dumb luck or sheer stupidity, I managed to resist it. I mean, sure, my eyebrows got singed and my hair got a little crispy around the edges, but hey, who needs eyebrows anyways? I'm a troll. Although, I'm stupid enough and did not learn from my mistakes, so I went for another one, thinking that now I have a perfect plan. And that's how I lost my first priest. Need to start over, Jesus Christ. Then I was too eager to kill shitloads of swines once again, and as they say, haste make waste, and I lost my other 3 or 4 priests, can't even remember exactly now. Resisted and I got hit. But in the end, I have finally got past level 4 again, and this time I took my time to grind until level 6 by killing thousands upon thousands of scorpids to face familiars with my brand new shiny bubble. Specifically for this, I got myself a weak aura that exactly shows how much absorption I have left, so equipped with the power of the light, I faced off to genocide the whole cave of those little ugly bastards. Then I made another rookie mistake. I already thought that I'm invincible, and didn't take into consideration that shield is quite mana expensive, and that I didn't last forever. Anyways, the rest of the familiars didn't pose much threat, so I went back for the final quest in the Valley of Trials, which requires me to get into the cave. Yes, you heard it, I'm gonna enter a cave with this 1 HP character. The first cave in our playthrough didn't turn out that scary after all. Pulling mobs one by one was pretty safe, and eventually we made our way first to get the Thazril's pick, and then to kill Yarok Baneshadow for his medallion. He didn't put up any fight, except casting one immolate, so I quickly got my ass out of the cave before his puppets start to respawn and swarm me. First things first, after leaving the starter zone, I head out to Orgrimmar only to see that I'm too poor to get myself a wand, which literally meant I'm gonna be sitting on my ass every second monster for the next couple of levels. Very promising. So, after a brief and not so heroic attempt at storming a keep and facing swarms of humans or tiptoeing through the troll-infested Echo Isles, I decided to retreat. The restful glades seemed like a more forgiving option, at least quest-wise. It's like choosing between a tickle fight and a wrestling dragon. I chose the tickle fight. But fear not, for I shall return, stronger, wiser, and hopefully with fewer bruises. Consider this my dramatic exit music, complete with a promise that sounds more like a vow from a soap opera. Underzone leveling was going pretty smooth. I was already one level ahead from the grinds I did back in the Valley of Trials, so there was no close calls. My power of light turned out very potent against the remainings of the Scourge invasion, with one single drawback. Mana. I literally spent more time on my ass sitting rather than fighting, and irritation can lead to ill-considered behaviors, like attacking army of Murlocs where you pull one and 3 others rise from the ground, and you are literally... Holy fuck, the other guy got me. Shit. Those fucking Murlocs, I hate you guys. I hate the fucking Murlocs, really. Try again. For that moment, I had enough of priests, so I decided to give Warlock a try. After all, Life Tap is not taking damage, but converting health into mana, right? Right? Of course it is, so I went for a gnome, but very fast it turned out that their imp quest is impossible to do at level 1 or 2, so I died very quickly. And once again, we found ourselves in the lands of TurFall, which is my favorite zone by the way, and undead imp quest is quite easy to do. Again, I had struggles during the first level, as Shadowbolt is even weaker than Smite. Completely forgot that on level 1 I can buy myself Immolate, which can help with kiting quite a lot. This was especially important as from level 1 we have Imp quest available, and to finish it we have to get 3 Rattle Cage skeleton heads. Luckily, those bad boys are not aggressive and they're all over the place around town, so the kiting shitshow began. All in all, undeads are master race, and this just proves it. We finally get our hands on Gaklop, our newly summoned imp friend, which will be our meat shield for upcoming 10 levels. He looked very trustworthy, except for the fact that his health pool is astonishingly enormous. Anyways, it turned out that he can take quite the beating before falling to his little to no knees, and our combined damage can kill mobs pretty fast, so it all looked like sunshine and rainbows. Definitely more efficient than playing a priest and grind for 2 hours on Scorpids, mind you. I just had to be careful about my threat and to stay away from the meat shield, Gaklop, while attacking. On top of that, the little fella had great regeneration capabilities, so there was little to no downtime between the fights. All in all, everything was going really well this time. I could even fight mobs higher than me by dotting first and letting the imp get so initial aggro, and then finishing them with a rain of shadow bolts from the safe spot. Top-notch gameplay. Although, little Gaklop did had to sacrifice himself a couple of times, but it was all for the greater good, mind you. Finally, we got to the same place where I lost my priest, the Murloc Shores. And as for Venario befits, I never learned from my mistakes, so I somehow thought that attacking level 10 rare Murloc will be a great idea. The very moment I pull the rare or the fishy caster respawned, and dang, another character goes into trash. But lo and behold, there is another warlock rising up from the grave, and this time, taught by own mistakes, I make it to level 10. Now is the moment where the true challenge begins. The Voidwalker turns the tides in my favour, and the gameplay with personal tank is pure joy after those couple of dozens levels where you carefully have to watch your every step. The quest for Voidwalker is quite easy as he is not aggressive straight after the summon, and on top of that he is fearable, so it's like a cakewalk to get one. Armed with a wand that's just more unpredictable than a toddler's on a sugar rush, and accompanied by a Zug whose idea of strategy is just smash it, we're diving head first into a world where danger wears sock with sandals and respawns are scarier than your grandma's meatloaf. Join my Twitch to see the journey live, where I try to figure out which button casts the save or bot spell. Spoiler alert, we'll probably end up turning ourselves into chickens instead.